Hi Virgo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-March 2023 love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, source what may inform us, it's why I call it a bridge and a gap spread, and the way it works is we'll look at the past, present, future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well with some additional insight, and after the bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Ten of Staves. So this is Sagittarius energy here. So this could just be saying that for some of you might have been feeling a little bit overburdened, like you just had too much on your plate. Now for some of you, of course, naturally that could just be in all areas of life, right? Maybe there were just a lot of things going on in general. But for some of you, this could just be saying that maybe the relationship itself felt like you were just taking on too much in the past. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the Devil. So this is Capricorn energy here. So yeah, so maybe that was the problem for a lot of you. You know, maybe this person felt like they needed to be the center of attention, right? Maybe they wanted to be catered to in some way, to where they weren't really in a position or a frame of mind, at least, to offer much in return toward the connection. So you could have been the ones doing all the heavy lifting within the connection in the past. Present energy on the other side, we have the Three of Arrows. So this is Libra energy here. And if we look at the body language, we see the back turn to the heart there, right? Looks like they know it's there if you look at the eyes, but they're reluctant to look at it, right? And we see the stormy background as well. So this could just be saying that obviously this dynamic between the two of you in the past is still bothering you in the present, but for whatever reason it looks like there's a reluctance on your part to actually speak up about it. Alright, present energy on their side, we have the Four of Wands. So this is Aries energy here. So yeah, so from their perspective, they look like they want to move the connection forward, right? And now to be fair, it's easy for that dynamic to play out, right? If someone's doing all of the work for them within the connection, it's easy for them to get comfortable and feel like, oh, this is awesome, right? Whereas obviously for you, looks like you're not necessarily getting that same energy from the connection. So looks like that would need to be addressed. Future energy on your side, we have the Ten of Arrows. So this is Gemini energy here. Now, this can point to endings a lot of times, but how the ending goes could play out a little differently, especially with this deck, right? So if you look at the arrows here, we have 9 of them, which makes me think of the 9 of Arrows energy all together. And then we see the 1 arrow by itself at the bottom. That's the 10th arrow, and it's pointed toward the cards on this side. So for a lot of you, what this could come down to is the ending, quote unquote, in this scenario could just be an ending to holding on to this resentment, right, and not expressing the needs that you have within the connection. So the 9 of Arrows in that regard to represent, you know, the anxiety, the frustration that you were having about bringing up the subject. And now it could just be one of those things where now finally it's just going to come out and you're going to express to them what your needs are in the connection. And it could just be that eclipse we're about to have in your sign that's bringing that up to the surface, really. For some of you, maybe even beyond that, but that might be the key time. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the Queen of Wands. So more Aries energy here. So yeah, this could just be pointing to Aries season for some of you, but if not that, this could just be saying that this seems to be the energy that this person's in. You know, they're just maybe focused more on themselves and what they're getting out of the situation, right? And then feeling like they have to give back in some way might appear like it's a bit of a burden to them. So very strange energy, but that's what I'm seeing there. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have Innocence. So this is the equivalent of the Fool in traditional tarot. So yeah, so it could just be saying that for some of you, you know, you really might have gone into this connection with the best of intentions, right? But doesn't seem to be working out in your favor at this time. Right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So Gemini energy here. So yeah, to me, ultimately, this says, well, excuse me, it's Jupiter energy, but Jupiter is in Gemini. But yeah, this could ultimately just be saying that this is just the energy that this person seems to be embodying, where in their minds, the connection's great, which, like I said, that's easy to say when someone's doing all of the work in the connection and you're just getting to sit back and reap the benefits of that. So yeah, it could just be one of those things. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't even look like it's manipulation on their part necessarily, although, of course, the devil in the past could point to that. But I feel like it's just more like they're almost oblivious to the fact that, oh, Virgo's doing all the work here and I'm just enjoying it all and not feeling the need to give anything back, you know? We'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix, though. First, we'll see what we get from messages. I love Oracle card deck. I did pre-shuffle this deck, but I'm gonna give it a few more shuffles here. Right now, I'm gonna put the deck down, and what we'll do is I'll cut the deck and pull a card. Get this out of the way, and next we'll do the same thing with the Wisdom Oracle deck. Pre-shuffle this as well, but I'm gonna give it a few more shuffles. Oh, had a jumper there. So we'll keep that, but we'll also cut the deck and pull a card as well. I'll take this one, and we'll get this out of the way. And we'll start with the Messages of Love card. All right, we have boundaries. Firm boundaries are needed now. I mean, yeah, that's basically the energy that we were getting there, right? Where, like I said, it looks like you've been doing the heavy lifting here, and like I said, in the future position, that 10 of arrows in this context seems to be you kind of bringing up that part of the situation to them, right? Like, hey, you know, I've been doing all the heavy lifting here. That's great that you're enjoying yourself, but you know, there needs to be a more even give and take. All right, so from the jumper that came out, we have why. See what this has to say, and then we'll check that other one as well. Okay, the relationship message says we don't always know why we engage in our relationships in the way we do, mostly because our feelings aren't always logical. Now is the time to recognize whether you are being triggered by someone else or if your behavior is motivated by unresolved issues in the past. When you ask yourself, why am I feeling like this? And why did I say that? And spend some time in introspection, the answers may be surprising. Listen to the messages from your intuition, from the knowing deep within you. What does it tell you about yourself and others? In the end, life is about being loved. Miracles and a deep understanding of your needs and how to get them met are the buried treasures of the why. Uncover them by posing the most powerful question you can ask yourself and your partner today. Why? So yeah, definitely sounds like there just might need to be a look at this dynamic where, like I said, you know, maybe why you did feel that it would be right for you to take on all of the heavy lifting within the connection, right, and not expect anything in return, even if it clearly wasn't making you happy. But I will see what the other card adds to the mix. All right, we have All That Glitters, and we'll see what this has to say. Okay, the relationship message says sometimes we try to become something we're not to impress others. We embellish a story a bit, adding some dramatic elements to make it more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. Then there are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and glamour that seems so desirable. Now is the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of a person. Who that person is, not what he or she has or can give you, is important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart. Let go of artifice and let what is authentic shine. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there because the part about glitz and glamour definitely made me think of the artwork in the devil in this particular deck, right? So for some of you, maybe that was what was at play there, right? Maybe you were initially drawn to them. Maybe in general they did get a lot of attention from others, right? So maybe they had this external appeal, but maybe as time's gone on, you've realized, okay, yeah, maybe this isn't the best fit after all. Um, but yeah, at the very least, can't hurt to set those boundaries, right? Maybe that'll get them to contribute more to the connection, or if setting the boundaries pushes them away, either way, you probably know probably wasn't the best fit for you in that scenario, right? So, bit of a tough reading there, but kind of makes sense as far as, like we said, we have that eclipse coming up in your sign. Mercury retrograde is about to start. Venus retrograde's already going on. So, quite a bit of hectic energy for a bit. But hopefully that resonates with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.